You've probably seen pictures like this before, right? Or Shopify dashboards like these, or somebody picking orders like this. My name is Aiden Mose. I've been blessed to be able to do all three of those things, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you guys exactly how I was able to start and scale my brand, Pashy Playground, to over $100,000 in sales. 1 year, bro. In that single year, 365 days, I was able to go from being a regular high school kid, working a part-time job that I didn't really like at Lifetime, working a janitorial position, working on my brand on the side, literally like sneaking off to the bathroom to like design mock-ups, talk to manufacturers and whatnot, to now making over 6 figures in sales within a single summer with my brand. This summer 2024, I was able to go 30K for 30 days in June, and then July doubled it. I ran into supply chain issues, which I've now fixed. So not only was I able to just make a ton of money and scale my business, get thousands of orders a month, but I was also able to meet people and be in rooms that I wasn't in and normally couldn't get in regularly. For example, I was able to get big names in my brand like French Montana, Rob Dillingham, among others. People that I even like looked up to, which was a crazy experience for me, traveling a lot more, getting invited to different events, connecting with people, just doing something I love to do that I didn't even know that I loved to do before. Clothing wasn't really like a passion of mine, neither was fashion. I was an athlete that just like kind of dressed here and there, you know, on the Fridays, but it really turned into something big, and I feel like I've developed a method for scaling other brands. I was even able to spontaneously buy a $100,000 Hellcat. I did come from blessed conditions. I'm not gonna say I didn't, but I didn't have much money when I started. Like I said, I was working a part-time job, not many hours. I used those hours to fund, but the initial samples for my brand, and then like to even getting a Hellcat, which was my dream car. I wasn't born with a gift or like a design. Like as you can see, this design right here probably changed my life, and this is like my best-selling design that I just spontaneously made, which yes, some may say is talent, but if you look at how simple it is, I really just applied what made sense, and we'll get into that and more of my story in this video. So if you're watching this, you're probably thinking that starting and scaling a brand is some big thing, like very hard to do, which I will admit it is hard. If you are ready to work, I recommend staying to the end. It definitely won't be easy. It will be mentally taxing at times, like any business, but I would definitely say that if you do have the correct systems in place and you know where to put your money in the right places, and it's also a learning process that even I'm still a part of. So I have conformed my own method or formula that I like to follow, and systems that I have in place that have worked for me initially. But for everyone having questions such as, what do I start with, the legal stuff, do I get an LLC, how do I make my first few sales? These are all questions that I've had that through my time and experience, I was able to learn, along with other lessons, severe lessons, which I've had to take severe losses, and that I put my time, money, and resources into. There definitely is analytics that go into branding, but there's certain things that just we must test and that just come with time. And so that's why this is definitely not no get rich quick scheme. And if you think it's that, you think it's just Hellcats and rainbows, that's not what it is. I had no idea what I was doing. I remember stopping for a little bit, coming back, researching here and there, learning new things, having enough knowledge to be able to have a drop, and then kind of having to sell in person, make do with what I had, hustling a lot, and eventually starting to get some sales, especially as I began to open my mouth more. I was a shy kid, but I started wondering, like, what do these 1,000 a day brands do that I don't? How are these brands able to get consistent sales? Mind you, at the time I knew nothing about like paid advertisements or like different marketing angles, or even like knowing my specific target audience. Like there was like so much knowledge that I was missing out on that I could have capitalized on, but eventually I have learned in my time, and there will be continuing to be like roadblocks and lessons that will help me on my journey, and so will it happen with you if you do decide to go on this journey. If you find yourself asking yourself some of these questions, getting stuck, like, so for example, how do I find a manufacturer? Should I start running ads? Should I hire a designer? As I asked myself these questions and started to wonder if it was worth it, question after question, and chances are if you are watching this video, you might have a lot of these questions and they might be stopping you. So I will ask you right now this question: why even continue to keep on going? Like why start a clothing brand? Why not do a social marketing agency or like run ads for other businesses? There's a ton of e-commerce variations. Clothing is definitely one that's been trending. So I believe that everyone watching this video should first ask themselves, why do I want to start a brand? Well, first of all, let's establish that you're not just selling random products from China or random products from Pakistan, overseas, or whatnot. You're creating something and you're creating a brand. So many of us get caught up in the selling a product aspect and just trying to make as much money as possible so we can live the money glitch. I know a lot of kids are misinformed, but we have to actually redraw our focus to a clothing brand. That means we have to have an identity. That means we have to have a message. And you don't need to have a huge budget. I didn't have a huge budget. I didn't have a lot of experience. I wasn't a pro designer. You don't need to be a gifted stylist or fashionista or fashion person, but you could do all that it takes to run a brand. And if you run it right, the profit margins can be very well worth it. Plus, once it finally takes off and the work you put in finally reach some output, all the input over time, the building the foundation, the base, the branding, the content, the testing of new products, once it finally hits, it hits quick, and I'm a living product of that. It's not like drop shipping where just something just dies out. If you have a winning product, winning creatives and ads behind it, it's almost guaranteed that if you play your cards right and everything is good within your supply chain and you have good methods of retention, that means getting customers back, you should be in for some serious bread. And most importantly, after being able to scale past you to 6 figures, I really don't believe it's hard at all to scale a clothing brand to 6 figures in revenue. I actually believe if you follow a system in place and you give it enough time and effort and you don't give up, that is pretty fucking easy. Like I mentioned earlier, I did go through a rough patch with my brand because of my supply chain. And in Houston, I was getting scammed by a 3PL / print-on-demand service provider, which severely affected my business and made me kind of have to reset. But it did give me knowledge that I want to pass on to y'all. So much so to the fact that I feel like I've gotten this clothing brand to science. We could refer to it as CBS for now. Some of my friends even said that I have the formula, that if I did it once, I could do it again. With this repeatable CBS approach, I promise you if I lost everything from scratch, had to restart my brand, I would be able to skip the trial and error and the growing pains and get my first orders within days. I know that because I did it twice. I got thrown back to zero twice and still bounced back. Getting back into more of my story, after making $7.8 thousand in Black Friday of 2023, around the same time, I was already kind of going on the downtrend, like in terms of my mental health, but I actually ended up going into a severe depression that lasted for over 7 months, and passion was just at zero. Like, I wasn't on any drugs. My parents were worried about me myself. I honestly just didn't want to be here anymore, and it's crazy that I was able to not only change my life that quick, but I was able to develop a system for myself that I was able to use, and I started scaling other brands for it. Using this CBS approach, I was able to start taking on clients privately and scaling their brands along with mine. So what is that CBS system about? Is it just luck on my end? Is it just because I'm a genius and it just so happened to work for me a few times? Well, no, just look at Alex, who is somebody that reached out to me on social media. We connected, I shared with him all my knowledge, gave him as much value as possible, my connections, manufacturers, step-by-step guidance, basically giving him everything I had. Maybe we were just lucky and it doesn't work out for everyone. Well, look at Stevie's. He had $300 in lifetime sales with his brand, a terrible conversion rate that I've never even seen, like below like 0.1. Like, it was a bad conversion rate. He had followers, like botted followers on like a meme page that he was promoting. I basically had him restart his brand, just start a whole new page. We were able to scale it to 1,000 followers and within like a few weeks, and even 7K in sales very quickly without announcing any coaching programs. People keep on asking me for my advice. So now that you know that it really works, let me explain how you can start using the CBS approach to your clothing brand. Let me give you some pointers of how you can use a CBS approach for your own clothing brand, starting with number 1, the testing phase. So the testing phase is basically when you're trying to study the market, you're trying to find a winning product. How do we find a winning product? By designing, by analyzing trends, seeing what's trending, taking a twist on trends, basically just trying to find ourselves a product that people would want to invest their hard-earned money in. And then step 2 becomes more so the branding and the storyline behind it, getting people's emotions involved, the why behind it, and then moving forward into retention and getting them to come back to want it again. So there are steps in this process. There's very intricate. There's a way to make it simple, and then each simple part of it just gets more detailed and detailed, and we'll get into that as time goes on. But to put it for simply, you have to get people to want a product. You have to make a product that they like. Once they want and like the product, they receive it, the quality is good because our step 2 of the process, the manufacturing, everything is good. We're getting good margins. We're happy with our ad spend because we're not spending too much on ads because we have a good margin to play with in terms of the product. And then step 3, they come back, they see the thank you card, they love the brand message, everything like is coinciding with each other. There's no we don't give them any reason for them to not be loyal to our brand, and then so they keep on coming back. We have enough returning customers, then we have a business because we have people coming back as we're focusing on acquisition and getting new people coming in with our marketing, targeting the right audience, not just having everyone in mind. We have to know exactly who our brand is for. Lululemon was made for yoga activists, Nike was made for runners. Every brand has a specific niche. Even before they spread out, they even keep roots of their initial branding. Like Nike is still like athlete. Like even when they make like Travis Scott shoes, like, it's still like athletic in a way. Like they never lost that sense. Like I've never seen Nike drop some jeans. That's it, the whole proven system. Yes, explained briefly, but this is essentially the system that was able to get me to scale my clothing brand to over 6 figures in sales. This system also sets the foundation to not only be a 7-figure brand, but to also put systems in place to where I can easily delegate them when I am ready and when I do have cash flow in the business to support delegations that can make it even an 8 to 9 to 10-figure brand, because that should be the goal with your brand, is to not just have it be a streetwear Instagram brand. We eventually, at least I eventually, want to have multiple storefronts. I want my brand to be world known. The truth is, if you don't have the right connections in the industry, if you aren't relentless with meeting new people, you aren't taking the time and finding the right suppliers, going to sourcing events, or even just digging on Alibaba, or having the guidance from people that may have dealt with poor manufacturers, they know how to find good manufacturers. You could save so much time in the middle, not dealing with going through all the growing pains of the business, and that's essentially what I am here for. You might still reach your goal if you're very determined, I'm not gonna lie, but going at it alone, you're inevitably gonna lose time, money, and resources just like I did, and a substantial amount at that. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars just down the drain instantly because of a wrong decision here or a mistake here. And that's why now I've got good news for you and I got bad news. If you're seeing this and you watched this far, you got the opportunity to learn the entire system from me one-on-one. This means access to me one-on-one, and not just me, but also my connections, all my legit manufacturers that I've used in the past that are reputable, and the entire system of how you can start your clothing brand from scratch. You can ask me questions anytime. I'll be very diligent with the people that we take on, making sure that we hop on several calls a week, text back here and there daily. Whatever you guys need help, I'm there. Everything, literally all you have to do is follow the blueprint that I'll be giving you, execute on that blueprint, and hopefully in no time you'll be seeing results such as 10K a month, which will be an initial plan, but it won't be easy and it definitely won't happen if you don't execute. No problem. I've been in this space for a minute and I can say that nobody is going to be doing it as hands-on that I will be. Most people see coaching as an opportunity to get money and get just strict profits because there are not very many costs. But I won't just be delegating you to somebody else, having you talk to somebody else. You'll be working directly and strictly with me, being able to capitalize on my knowledge. Some kind of thrown together YouTube video that will leave you with more questions than answers and have you feeling less fulfilled than watching maybe a guru YouTube video. I'll basically be giving you full access to my knowledge, my resources, my team, and monitor you on every step of your way, giving you advice on what action to take now, take next, and next 10 steps. Just think about it. How could you fail when you got somebody that's already done it, guiding you every step of the way, sharing connections, monitoring every review that you make, every next step that you take, and answering your questions 24/7. Honestly, if you put in the effort, I feel like if anybody has an ounce of knowledge and puts in the effort and they want it bad enough, why can't you do it? And that is the good news, but here is the bad. Since this will be the most hands-on coaching you find available in the clothing space, Not even kidding. And my goal being to get you the best results possible, not just extra bread in my pocket. I'll only be opening up my inner circle to the first 10 people that join. And bro, honestly, I get people asking me in real life if I do offer mentorships. I get DMs constantly all the time, just because probably of the rapid increase and like change of a snap that happened in my life, that people probably realize I did come from nowhere and just hit it off quick. I know if I open it up to more than 10 spots, I would be making a lot more money, but to put it simply, I know I wouldn't be able to put my focus into more than 10 brands completely. I feel like 10 is a good number that I could still structure, have a plan with each person, be able to get to know each brand, have a goal, have a mission, etc. My focus on this whole thing is getting the best possible results. I want the 10 people that we take in to scale their brands to the moon, and to do it as quick as humanly possible, and to put bell to ass immediately. So to make sure that I give each and every brand the best possible experience, I will have to limit it to just 10 brands, and I'll worry about scaling this whole thing later. I do want to offer my value to other people. That is one of my missions. I know that this value does have to come at a price because it's coming at the expense of my time, which is why this is limited to 10 people, and I physically can't handle having more than 10 brands on my plate right now. I will even have to structure my days to give each brand out of the 10 proper time each. So once the 10th member joins, I'll be immediately taking this page down. You can DM me, you can do whatever you want. Maybe I won't take another mentee since maybe I just scale those 10 to the moon. But the opportunity will be gone, and that leaves you with two choices right now. So you could take in everything I said right now, just throw it out the fucking window. Just continue to watch YouTube videos of people living the life that you want to live. People out with Hellcats, track hogs, out in ATL, Skyrisers, Houston, like everything that this niche pushes on social media. You can continue to absorb that, continue to watch self-improvement YouTube videos, continue to watch how to build your brand videos and whatnot. Or you can make a choice to invest in yourself, and not only yourself, but your business. Or you could take the leap to join the inner circle and finally take a step of action towards your dreams, which I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all, whether or not it was worth monetary value, the fact that you are investing physical value, which money is value, into yourself, is more likely that you are going to produce more output, just because you're not going to invest all this into yourself and then not do anything with it. Like, it's simply not logical. And you receive all the benefits of what comes with taking actions on your dreams. Like they say, no risk, no story. You can quite literally start and scale your own brand. Watch other people wear your own brand. Watch people come to you, ask you for advice. Like, literally watch how people treat you right in front of you. Prove everybody. Being a successful young entrepreneur, somebody that does something that's hard to do, somebody that proved that they have the wit, the perseverance, and the ability to start and run a business young, is a flex. So finally, here's again a quick rundown of everything you'll be receiving if you decide to take action. So you'll be receiving direct, real, authentic, one-on-one access to me at all times. Be able to ask me a question any time of the day. A group with the 10 other people that join, so you guys can ask each other questions, grow together, build a network beyond yourself, and just network with other like-minded individuals that also chose to invest in themselves. 2 weekly calls with me where I'll be guiding you guys through every single step and answering any questions you might have. And if you need specific one-on-one help, we can even arrange a meeting to hop on the phone whenever. Just extremely personalized one-on-one help from a 6-figure brand. Once again, because this is so personalized and valuable, and I do value my time, this will require a 4-figure investment and is limited to the first 10 spots. First come, first serve. It'll be the most hands-on and affordable it'll ever be. I'll just let you know that. And if you watch this far, here's one thing I would like to leave you with. The only reason where I'm at where I am right now is because of that risk. That one risk I decided to take spontaneously in June. When my friends were trying to convince me to come to Houston, I wasn't trying to go because I didn't believe in myself. I gave up on my brand. I was in the midst of my depression. I barely even wanted to get up in the morning. But that same month, I decided to take that risk, literally deciding on moving for sure June 1st to getting there June 15th, to being able to post, having a 30K screenshots by the end of June, like beginning of the July, within 30 days, literally changing my life. That could be you too. Over $150,000 in just a few number months span, because I decided to take that risk and I decided to hop on that opportunity and take full advantage. Right now, this could possibly be the risk that life presents you with. It's up to you what you want to do with it, if you deem it to be valuable, and what you want to do moving forward. Obviously, it's your free will. So if you're ready, just hit the button below, apply for a free call with me, and I'll give you everything that you need to know. Again, only the first 10 people. If that's what happens to be you, I'll see you on the other side. God bless.